Trials of Mana was a Super Nintendo action RPG that was released at the end of the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom's lifespan. It was released in 1995. It's the third game in the let's call it the Seiken Densetsu trilogy, otherwise known as the Legend of the Holy Sword, a side story to Final Fantasy initially, and then it became its own thing with Secret of Mana. And fairly recently, the original Super Famicom version of Seiken Densetsu 3 got localized as Trials of Mana on the Secret of Mana collection. And there is a personality quiz that Square Enix put up on their website that determines, I guess, basically which of the 6 heroes should lead your party, because this game has 6 characters that you can choose to be in your party. And from those 6, you can only choose 3. One as the main character, and then the other 2 as the supporting characters. And unfortunately, this game does not have online, but if you play in an emulator, you can use a modified ROM that allows for up to 3 players to play at the same time. The original version just only allowed for 2. Anyways, let's get this started. Favorite season? I give you time on this too. Summer. This is... a diamond, I guess? You have a free weekend. What are your plans? Relax, play sport, play an instrument, relax. My weapon of choice would always be a sword. Favorite color, blue. Probably something poppy. Which member in your friend? This is tough to say. I'd probably say the smart one. Was available. Let's see. I like flying, honestly. What animal describes inner personality? I'm just gonna say wolf. When facing a challenging situation, how do you plan to resolve it? I would... I'd probably carefree and spontaneous. Carefree. Ideal holiday activity? Going to the beach, I guess. Where would you like to live? A huge city. Favorite meal? Obviously a burger. Play as Charlotte. Okay. I've earned that avatar. Okay. I will save that image. Pictures. And yes, I stole this background from the eShop site. And I actually played the original version of Trials of Mana way back when I was in high school, around 2002-ish. Do I have the remote around here somewhere? I forgot this is running on Unreal Engine. Whatever the case is, I played this originally all the way back in high school, and It was one of the first fan translations that was ever released on the internet, while the emulation scene was still young. It's one of those games that's up there with Final Fantasy V, which also was one of the first games that received a fan translation, and that fan translation shows its age. As for the Seiken Densetsu 3 translation, I'm not exactly sure how bad that's aged, but the music here is really good. And I mean really, really good. Well, Kuro, you're pretty much in for a treat. All these Seiken Densetsu games are self-contained, but in terms of chronology, I know that Seiken Densetsu 3, or Trials of Mana, takes place like 1,000 years before the Secret of Mana game takes place. And this is much different from the original Secret of Mana, because actually, to tell the truth, this was going to get a release on the Super Nintendo, but they couldn't figure out a way to fit all the data onto a Super Nintendo cartridge, because there was memory differences between the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo cartridges. I can't remember the details of it, but I think it might go down to the sound, maybe, because the instruments chosen for the Super Nintendo version are superb. Like, very good. It's peak utilization of the Super Famicom sound chip. Like, I go so far to say that it sounds so much better than Chrono Trigger. As for me, this is gonna be icing on the cake. And that's the theme to Secret of Mana, Fear of the Angels, or Where Angels Fear to Tread. Originally, when this game was localized by fans, this was... the original title was just called Seiken Densetsu 3, but some fans called it Secret of Mana 2. I never played it originally when I first saw it on Import Store magazine ads. Adjust the brightness so both left and right images are visible. It's already visible to me, so... Here we go. Difficulty... normal. So, Duran is the sword and shield character of the game. I usually picked him as the main character when I started off. But since we got Charlotte, in the fan translation she was called Carly because of space limitations. But she's called Charlotte, and she is the granddaughter of Windows' Priest of Light. She looks much younger than she is thanks to the elven blood in her veins. Perhaps because of this, she's always been coddled by the people who raised her in the temple. Charlotte's bright and outgoing personality can both be an asset and a hindrance. Though curious, she's superstitious and a bit of a scaredy cat. There's all sorts of weapons in Secret of Mana, or rather the Mana series in general. There's whips, there's swords, there's spears, there's javelins, whatever the case it is. He lives in Wendell. I think... Did Duran? No. Duran lives in Valsina. That's how much I've forgotten about the game.
I'm Charlotte, resident beauty of Wendell.
She talks a lot like a child. I will say that. Just to start off with. So expect a lot of please and cues. Just started, Mendez. Companion 1 is gonna be Duran because I like him the most. Duran is a proud young soldier from Valsina, Kingdom of the Plains. Though he comes across as a hot-headed and ready for fight, the whole kingdom acknowledges his skill with a blade. Duran has nothing but love for his kingdom and respect for the Hero King, a good friend of his departed father, Loki the Golden Knight.
I'm a soldier from Valsena. The name's Duran.
Alright, and this is the third companion. I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to choose, because the other companions I originally chose was Reyes and Kevin. Kevin is a... I don't really want to spoil that. Kevin's a martial artist. Let's say that.
Hello.
Hey.
So, how are you doing?
Doing good.
And how's the chat doing?
Basically, the main character you choose is going to choose who the final boss is, or who the main villain is. It differs for about 3 different characters, because Duran and Angela both have the same main villain. And you know what? Why not? Let's pick Angela. I've never chosen her before.
Hey, Kira.
I'm Angela, Princess of Altena.
And that's the party that we're gonna go with. The third companion is not picked up until much later. Because I can't remember when it shows up.
Oh, Snake, by the way, Lara Croft, Temple of Osiris, and Tomb Raider 2013 are currently free on Steam.
What now?
Tomb Raider 2013 and Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is currently free on Steam.
Oh, okay. Let me turn Discord up a bit, because I don't think anyone's hearing that much.
Yeah, I'm using my headset mic now.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, pretty much. The one true pairing is with Duran and Angela. They actually do have some sort of, I guess you could say, chemistry with each other, maybe, I guess? I don't know. But that's just a big assumption based on from what I saw about the ending. There you go.
Steve, now is not the time to crash. I really need to upgrade my PC. This hardware is not exactly designed to work well with Windows 10. And I plug in my controller. Yep.
All I'm just waiting for my own PC is, well, the video card, some of the input-output shield. Just because I want to be safe.
The input-output shield? Huh?
It basically goes on the back of your computer on the input and output ports for keyboards, USB controllers.
That comes with the motherboard normally.
That's weird because it didn't come with mine.
the fuck? What?
Unless
My motherboard doesn't come with an I/O shield.
unless I didn't see it or look, which
You sure?
that might be the case. I don't know. I'll have to look again.
Afraid I'd hurt you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure an I/O shield should come with a
Looks
new
like you're okay
motherboard. Unless you got it secondhand. And or used.
I know I definitely did not get it secondhand.
Okay.
I actually wonder if the frame rate's gonna differ in cutscenes between the PS4 and the Switch versions. If anyone could verify whether there's a frame rate difference between the Switch and PS4 versions, that would be great to know. No, Axel, I didn't buy it off Wish.com.
How is my granddaughter?
She isn't as chipper as usual. She seems young thanks to her elfin heritage.
First time we saw this almost nearly a year ago.
She may have sensed the
This
shield
looks so
in
much
her.
better than the Secret of Mana remake.
I see.
A lot better.
Look here, Heath. The mana
I mean,
statue
yeah,
has
the
begun to
Secret of Mana
cry.
was basically trying way too hard to still
You
look
saw
like
the
the Super
light
Nintendo
of
original.
the lake last night.
Yeah, it looked way too much like an
Yes.
iPhone game.
It was bright as day in the middle of
Yeah,
the night.
that's Square Enix for you.
Yeah.
You know the source?
Guess what half of the
I do
PC
not.
ports of old Final Fantasy games
But
are?
I
Yeah,
believe
that too.
it has to do with a change in the mana power of the world.
The only ones that are
Might seem
the only
to
ones that
land
are
in
passable
Astoria across
are
the lake.
Final Fantasy
Would you
9,
be willing to look into it, Heath?
I guess
Of course,
Final
Your
Fantasy
Eminence.
8 to an extent is
I
also a
believe
mobile
there's
port,
trouble in Jad as
but
well.
not really.
We should erect a
The,
barrier.
the statue is shiny because the statues are important. They will save your progress, and the gold statues will save your progress and also heal you at the same time.
White, huh? It could be dangerous. I can't let Heath face it alone. I gotta go after him.
This is Charlotte. I took the quiz and got Charlotte. Not my choice, but for this playthrough, I am considering Charlotte. And they added jumping in this game. Very nice. And rolling.
Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy. For some reason, apparently Final Fantasy 3 PC port got an update recently-ish,
All of
like a
you.
few weeks or ago or a month ago. And I find that very weird. Also, I don't know what's up with the game servers. They're being kind of slow.
That is another thing that I had forgotten. Numbers. Choosing Charlotte as the main character makes the game very, very easy. Because if you make Durant the main character, then the game's gonna be hard.
Just my luck.
I completely lost sight of Heath. See, that is the attack button. Oh, left analog stick, okay. I didn't exactly
Most of
see
the world
that.
servers are being weird.
Oh, well, probably because everyone's playing since the coronavirus has pretty much quarantined
Now,
everyone.
Charlotte, you're not supposed
Yeah.
to for today.
Actually, have you heard about what Netflix and YouTube did on mobile devices for Europeans?
Let's go a different way.
Netflix is forcing lower quality video quality on mobile devices in European regions,
Yeah.
and YouTube just defaults to a lower video quality, which you can set it higher.
Yeah, they're doing that here.
Dumb little kid anymore. Come on.
Okay,
Back to Estonia.
Okay, they do light and heavy attacks. That's something the tutorial will probably touch upon.
There are monsters in Cascade Cavern and all around the lake.
That's so cool.
Was. Hey, listen up, Tiny. I may be as small as you are.
So apparently a new monster's been announced for Monster Hunter World. I guess you're gonna stream it?
Yeah, the Elatrion was announced.
My body is just
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that I'll find a way to put my PS4 into sleep mode by accident or just turn it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
meet me outside.
I also changed my my Safi choices for the PC version
Knew a secret.
this time.
Nothing more to do.
The this time I'm using a blast attack based longsword and a poison insect blade. Because I figure if since my I figure since the
Yeah, you're right.
since the
Oh, go on.
oh
That's how Duran's story starts out. With basically a battle with another knight with another character that's going to be the, I guess, one of the newer members of the army, I'm assuming? Or is it leader? I've completely forgotten. Head to the balcony on the second floor.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that in Monster Hunter World. I changed some of the automatic comments my character makes in online mode to quotes Virgil makes.
If you've chosen two other characters to be your companions, and you still don't have a third companion, you can still get one of the other characters you haven't chosen as a companion.
It was hard for me to sneak
Regardless,
away.
all paths lead down the same story, with only slight modifications.
This is a spring stepper. It lets you jump really far. Just don't ask where I took it from, okay?
Okay, great.
So like, for example, when I mount a monster, I said my character it just says now I'm motivated, and if someone else mounts it, I
Gotta go now.
my character basically it basically automatically says show me your motivation. I don't know. Look.
Oh no! I think my aim was
Oh
off.
come on! Stop shooting lasers at me.
Not my fault.
That's not nice, Avi.
It is totally your fault, dude. It's totally your fault. So that's how Charlotte leaves. She just gets blasted off into space. Is it gonna show her traveling in the air? Oh hey, there's Oh hey, there's Duran.
Ow! What?
Wait,
Funny thing
are
is,
you okay?
Charlotte is the first character Duran crosses paths with.
I can't just leave her.